guys, good evening. So right now what I will be doing is the lab 2 of business process. The title of this activity is procurement process. Okay, so let's start. So the first question is, what are the steps in procurement process? Okay, so I'm going to give you the steps one by one. So the first steps, the initial process for procurement is need recognition. So first of all, each and every company must know that they need something. Okay, so that's for the need recognition. And second will be specific requirements or specific need, because every customer is unique and every product is unique. So not every product that a company will produce will have same specification. Not everything will be the same. So there will be product that is unique or has unique feature. That way it should be well identified using a unique identifier such as color, weight, or etc. Third option will be the source option. So most company, they already have a vendor list. However, if a company doesn't have a vendor list, then what they need to do is make a research, and they need to do their research thoroughly for them to make sure that they will get the best supplier. So there's a lot of resources that they can use in gathering information. They can use magazine, or they can use internet. And third option, fourth step will be price and term. So after you determine that which vendor or which supplier are you going to procure the necessary items or necessary material, so what you need to do is define the terms and condition. So everything should be well defined in the price and terms. Not only the price, not only the terms, but any additional obligation or any additional condition should be stated clearly and precisely on the price and terms. The fifth step, after you determine and everything is okay with the price and term, you and the supplier already agreed. The next step will be the purchase order. So on the purchase order, it must define price, specification, terms, condition, and any other obligation. By the way, before you get a supplier, you should at least have 3 suppliers before you make a final decision. So after you determine the purchase order, you can now do the delivery. So delivery method is normally specified in purchasing document, and both parties, you and the supplier, must keep a copy of the file for any legal purposes it may serve. So after you deliver, the next step will be expediting. Timeliness of a service or material delivery is very important. We need to minimize the lead time. This is for also the company to improve, to increase customer satisfaction. Okay, so the expediting steps address that issue as well. Okay, and after you expedite, the next process, so you deliver, you expedite, and then the next process will be receipt and inspection of purchases. So items needed to be inspected upon receiving, and acceptance of items obligate company to pay for them as well. So we either reject or accept the item depending on the condition, and it needs thorough inspection. The next step will be the invoice approval and payment. So when everything is okay with the material and you already receive it, then that's the time that you're now obligated to process payment for that. So 3 three documents must match before you process any payment. That is the invoice itself, receiving document, and the original purchase order as well. And then the final step will be the record maintenance. So for auditing and taxation purposes of a company must keep records of file, and also records of file is also applicable to marketing and sales, because any past records, you can use this as a reference for future purposes. So buying behavior is very important, and they use it for marketing strategy, and we can actually take a look on the buying behavior of a customer using the purchase order. So that is the steps for procurement process. So the next question for this activity is, what are the steps in supplier evaluation and selection process? So choosing the right supplier is essential to any business, because material plays a major role in manufacturing and delivering values. We all know that good quality delivers value and customer satisfaction. So any business thrives because of a good quality. So in association with that, we also need to be careful in choosing the supplier that will give us a very good material for manufacturing purposes. So there are many steps to consider in choosing the right supplier. The first step will be supplier identification. Company must sort out and identify all its suppliers to whom they paid invoices over a certain period of time. The next one will be supplier segmentation. So there's a long list of vendors to whom company paid invoices. So they need to segment that so that they will be able to see which among is the top supplier. Because with the top supplier or top segment of suppliers, that's where they can build the relationship, and that's where relationship analysis comes. So that's the third step after our supplier segmentation. So relationship analysis, so after you determine the top segment of suppliers, you already classified which among the supplier will the company be interested to build a partnership with. Okay? So company must also determine existing relationship type, and relationship management, the fourth step, that's where the ideal relationship type should be determined. And normally the relationship type between supplier and company is what we call leverage core relationship type. So the final steps will be evaluation. On a regular basis, SRM results and lessons learned must be documented and evaluated. So that's it. Thank you.